What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fung Bros Food. Guess what? Today we're in Elmhurst, Queens, New York.
Yo, I'm super excited to try these modern Vietnamese sandwiches, aka banh mi's, with a lot of different influences.
And I know a lot of people like to think that the modern progressive fusion Asian food is coming out of the West Coast, but this spot's in New York, and it's called JoJu.
All right, first off, we got to show you guys the fries.
We got the loaded banh mi fries, and then right here we got the loaded kimchi fry. And what does loaded mean? Loaded just means it's got a fried egg on top.
Welcome to New York, home of loaded lux.
Real quick, what are the banh mi elements here that you can see?
Well, you got the pickled vegetables, you got the carrots, cilantro, and then you got the jalapenos, but they didn't just leave the jalapenos, they chopped them up really finely.
See, you don't know, that's hot.
The way it comes together is crazy. The banh mi bread is the fries. But sometimes with the banh mi's, it cuts up your mouth too much. So the fries are a good replacement. Could use a little meat.
Sometimes meat on fries is a little too extra, in my opinion. Now on to the kimchi fries, and what it looks like is that they replaced the carrots and daikon with kimchi. Look at this runniness. Oh.
It's real saucy, okay? It's real saucy.
Yo.
I'm impressed by how everything flows together in a mechanism like a Rolex watch.
You know what? Because it's actually not about the fries in this dish. The fries are just kind of to hold everything together, really about everything else.
Everybody the MVP of this one. Yo, D, upon request, you have the fresh durian milkshake.
Bro.
I've never seen
smell it.
durian with a...
Yo, I'm working with this salted lemon soda. It's all good.
Right here, I have the ultra refreshing white peach yogurt drink where they put the yogurt from the Yakult and then they add it in with some white peach. That's a combination for the books right there.
Here we've got what looks to be fried Korean chicken wings with the soy miso glaze. Kids go for the drum, adults go for the wing.
So it's fried to actually perfection, and the glaze comes really nicely with the taste. The chicken is actually really moist and tender. Pork spring rolls.
So they use the Chinese egg roll skip, Filipino sizing, and Vietnamese filling.
Yeah.
Whoa!
These are the modern fusion banh mi's. So on the outside, it looks sort of like your traditional banh mi, but on the inside, it's totally something different that you've never seen fused before with the traditional version. Me, I've got lemongrass chicken.
Yo, this is the, if you want to say it in Japanese, kakuni. It's slow braised Japanese pork belly all up in a banh mi. You can tell when pork belly is really tender because the color. Because when pork belly is like really just like a clean gray, the marinade didn't get through. That braise got through. Look at that flavor.
All right, so I got their version of a fusion nam nuong. I'm excited to try and see what the differences are. So usually in a banh mi, what you would see is what they call pate, which is kind of like a, it's like their own spread that they have. A lot of kids don't like to eat it, but I can see a lot of kids really enjoying just JoJu sauce.
They do serve pate here though.
Something else I noticed that I've never ever seen on a banh mi bread is actually sesame seeds.
Oh.
So I've never seen that.
So this is the Taiwanese recipe of the 3-cup chicken in Mandarin. That's called sambeiji, and then it's stuck inside a banh mi.
All right, so I got the Vietnamese Korean Connect with the bulgogi inside the Vietnamese sandwich. But not only did they add bulgogi, they added some kimchi in there as well.
This is a standard cold cut combo banh mi, house special. Pate got a little stank.
So this is the stank corner right here. You got the durian, you got the pate.
All right, so this is actually interesting because not only do they have the head cheese in here, they actually have this. I forgot the name of this, but I used to eat this growing up like crazy, and it would come in just a big block of meat. I would sneak in the middle of the night, go in the refrigerator, and I would just, and then I'll go back to sleep.
Banh mi for my birthday. Banh mi for my birthday. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching that episode of JoJu Modern Vietnamese Sandwiches, aka banh mi. They had a lot of fusion foods here, and I think it was so fascinating because, from my understanding, banh mi from the beginning is one of the earliest Western Eastern fusion foods when the French colonized Vietnam. Obviously, there's a lot of French influence in Vietnam. They created the baguette. Now you have the banh mi, and now people in America are taking the banh mi even further and fusing it with other Asian cultures, making it really just pan-global. But one thing holds true regardless of what they're fusing it with, banh mi's are delicious.
when you see fusion banh mi's, you usually think of the West Coast. So to have a spot out here that's serving up modern fusion banh mi's, to me is really cool.
I really liked it because it's kind of presenting the Vietnamese cuisine in a fun and creative way while still keeping the OG elements to it, such as like pate and you know the daikon and then the pickled vegetables. So I like what they're doing. They're having fun with it, and I think it's a good idea.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching that New York episode of Fung Bros Food. Once again, we're at JoJu in Elmhurst, Queens, New York.
And you guys definitely got to let us know in the comments down below what your ideas would be for some cool Asian fusion foods. And until next time, we're out.
Peace.
Cool, that was a delicious meal right there. And shout out to JoJu over in Elmhurst, Queens. We're here with Jesse.
We are on Broadway Street. You're a native New Yorker.
New Yorker.
What can you tell us about Broadway?
In Elmhurst, it's hip and happening. There's always mad people walking and
Thank you guys so much for watching. Watch this video right here. Watch this video right there. Subscribe. Check out Richie's channel. Check out our shirts at fungbrothers.com. Peace.